Welcome back. It's estimated that bullying impacts 1 in 5 students in the U.S. Our next guest grew up poor on Milwaukee's Southside and says he was bullied. He later became a professional boxer and now a corporate leader. Hector Colón's advice is to love your bully. He writes about his childhood in this memoir. It is called From Boxing Ring to Boardroom, and I'm super thrilled to have him back here on the show. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Molly. So happy to be here with you again.
Thank you for joining us. I know the last time I talked to you, we talked about all your different tips as you transition from the boxing ring to the boardroom and kind of how to succeed in life. But one of the things you mentioned, and this is why I said he must come back, is that you said it has been so important for you to love your childhood bully. And I was like, he's got to get more into that. Why do you think that's important, and how do you do that?
I think about my life, and if it wasn't for Adam, would I have ever been a boxer and got the experience of how to win and lose and got the opportunity to represent the United States of America and all the responsibilities that comes along with that. To have the opportunity to have a worldwide perspective when I traveled to different countries, could have gone in the wrong direction like so many of my friends did, some of which died due to drug overdose, others that died due to gang violence. Would I be the president and CEO of Lutheran Social Services of Wisconsin and Upper Michigan? Or would I be on the Morning Blend if it wasn't for Adam? So, Adam, I forgive you. I love you so much. And I'm so happy to be here with you today, Molly.
So Adam was your bully. Have you ever talked to him in person since your childhood?
Not since my childhood. Probably the last time I saw him might have been around 15 years old. So it's been a very long time.
Why do you think forgiving him is so important to you?
Yeah, I think those that do not forgive probably have resentment in their hearts. And I think it's important to forgive so that that could just go away. The research shows that if you don't forgive, it could affect your overall health and well-being. It could increase anxiety. So those are the things you want to be free. And lastly, I think that I have offended others, and so I have asked for forgiveness. And in order for me to ask for forgiveness, I also need to forgive.
See, I love that because it's not just about forgiving others, but knowing that we've made mistakes ourselves. And it reminds us of a speech that George Bush gave many years ago. And this is not a political statement, but I remember him saying, I believe in forgiveness because I've needed it myself. And I think that's what you're saying. But I think it's very difficult to forgive people, especially if they have been unkind, or in your case, they have been aggressive.
Yeah, I think that's true, but you have to have temperance and self-control and restraint, and just be willing to forgive that individual, because again, you're the one that's going to be more negatively affected with that resentment in your heart if you don't forgive.
A lot of people are going to say, I don't know how to do it because I'm so hurt, or I have so much pain, or some people have lasting scars as a result of the way that people have hurt them. What would you say to people who want to set themselves free, but it's just not in their heart to forgive? Because I can tell from what you're saying, this is not something you're doing for Adam, this childhood bully. This is something that you did for yourself to set yourself free.
Yeah, so I'll answer that question within the context of the virtues, 5 virtues that are in my book. I talk about magnanimity, which is really about striving for greatness. You cannot have greatness if you have resentment in your heart. Humility, which at its core is about serving others. If you don't forgive, it speaks for itself. You won't have humility. Courage. Sometimes it takes real courage to forgive someone who has offended you. Maybe it's a grave offense. So it really takes courage. Perseverance. Sometimes they may offend you more than once, and you have to persevere in forgiving them. And at the same time, you teach them perseverance and teach them how to be better individuals. And lastly, temperance. Sometimes they may offend you in a very serious way, but that self control, that restraint will really help you make sure you do something that won't affect your life and career.
Is there an area in our society, maybe right now, when so many people, I think, feel broken, where we need to exercise more forgiveness, in your opinion?
Thank you. That's a very important question. I think in our politicians and government, they aren't allowed to fail. And because of that, I think they're playing it too safe and we're not reaching our full potential. I also think about our criminal justice system, where we are very unforgiving for individuals that have committed felonies. And a lot of times when they have a felony, they can't get a good job and they're forced to do the negative things that got them into the jail in the first place. And lastly, I think we need to forgive the sins of the past, the racism, the civil injustices, and all of the sins that have affected us. Now, we should not forget those sins, and those sins continue to even to this day. So we have to recognize them, but truly heal in order for us to have a meaningful dialogue to move our world forward.
You always have such a great message. The only other question I have is, will you join us again sometime?
For sure. I want to be there in person with you. It would be great and an honor to have that opportunity. So please invite me again.
I definitely will. Hector, thank you so much for your time and all of your insight. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. And don't forget, if you haven't gotten it yet, a boxing ring to Boardroom.
I love it. That is Hector Colón's book. It is called From Boxing to the Boardroom, 5 Essential Virtues for Life and Leadership. To find out more about the book and his life, visit online at hectorcolonmke.com.